I see we already have 6 people waiting. We have Marta, Spirits Beyond the Stars, Rita, Arlene, and there's more. Welcome to everybody. Let me just... I started a couple minutes early, so what I'm going to do is just work on setting up my space. I thought I had it set up the way I wanted, and of course, no. Because it's me, my brain goes, oh, you need this over here and you need this over here. So while I'm waiting for a bunch of you guys to join, we're just gonna hang out. How's everybody's Saturday going? I can't believe it's already the weekend again. I can't believe it's already February. Where has the last month gone? I mean, it's already gone this fast. I can't even imagine what the rest of the year is gonna be like. Hello, Twaina, welcome. Right now I'm lighting up some Palo Santo, and it smells really, really good. It just smells so fresh. It kind of makes me think of mint a little bit. Hello, Peace Brooks. Hello, Linda. I can move my, there we go. I'll move my, you guys are seeing here my Reiki curriculum plans. Oh yeah, I've only talked about it a little bit, not too much in depth because I didn't get much done on it at the time, but I am working on a Reiki curriculum. Currently working on level 1, but I'm going to finish up levels 1 and 2 and probably teach them together, and I will let you guys know when that's ready. I would like to teach it in person and online. I haven't been making too many videos lately. I understand that. If you have suggestions for videos, things you'd like me to talk about on this channel, just you can always email me or leave comments in on some of my other videos or in my community posts, things like that. Wow, we have 16 people already. Hello and welcome to everybody. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. I'm gonna put our Palo Santo there. I'm gonna get out my selenite wand. I got my water. Oh my god, these ones are hard to open. Okay, I got it. Okay. Hello, Rosa. Hello, everybody else who's just joined. We're just about ready to begin. Did I show you guys my little candle holder, this little heart one? It is that Himalayan, that pink salt, or the salt rock, or whatever. My sister gave this to me for Christmas. Actually, I got 2 sisters, so the oldest one I'm just going to call Sister 1. She gave me this beautiful candle holder, and then Sister 2 has a dog that loves to eat things, and as soon as I unwrapped this from the box, I was looking at it, my other sister's dog comes up and gives it a great big lick. I guess it got her seal of approval. So we're just gonna light my little tea light in here. I love this so much. My one sister found it at the store that she works at. And so she thought it'd make a lovely Christmas present for me, and it did. And I appreciate it, and I love it, and I use it so much. I'm gonna give you guys in the chat a minute to say hi to each other and get all acquainted and all that. Yes, and we have Rainbow here today. Again, we always have Rainbow for our Reiki sessions. I don't know when I started using him. Over a year ago. Maybe longer ago than that, actually. Could have been when I was at my old house, back when I used to do videos in my kitchen all the time. Funny enough, it's a totally different house, but I'm back to doing videos in my kitchen again. Okay, and now I think we're ready to get started. I'm going to warm up my wand. Hello, Katie. Welcome. Thanks for having me on your channel the other day. I really appreciate that. It was really fun. All right. So we're going to start just by cleansing our space around us. I'm very grateful to, well, my spirit guides. They're always here. To the spirit guides of all of you watching. And I had somebody ask me this. They commented on one of my older Reiki streams and asked if it still works even 2 months out. And yes, the intention here is to pass along healing energy to everybody who watches this, whether it's live or after the fact. And you can watch this video as many times as you want or need. My intention is that this video is embedded with Reiki energy. And Reiki transcends time and space. It doesn't really care if the session was yesterday or if this was recorded a month ago. You're here now, and you are totally able to receive the healing now. And that applies to people who are watching this 2 hours, 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever from now. Today I also wanted to bring in the Archangel Raphael. I felt like he was kind of interested in coming in. Kind of interested. Healing is one of his biggest things. But he has a sense of humor. He was like, you know, I wouldn't mind joining again. So we're going to happily invite in Archangel Raphael to come and strengthen this healing energy and to reach all of you and to provide some healing, some kind of comfort. So, first of all, I'm going to roll my sleeves up so they're not in the way and I don't light them on fire with my tea light. Okay, we're going to move that. Okay. Oh, rather darkly saying, their eustachian tubes are plugged up again. Will Rainbow channel some healing? Yes, we will channel some healing to you. I really hope that your stuff gets unclogged and that it stops causing discomfort, that you're able to find some kind of healing, some kind of peace there. We're going to do a little bit of aura cleansing now. And for those of you who are new to this channel or new to Reiki, haven't seen the way that I do Reiki, I like to start with some aura cleansing, just sort of going over the energetic field around the body. Hello, little sparrow. I'm glad you made it too. And I love to literally just scoop any dense energy, scoop it up, pluck it out. And you know what I was trained to do? Brush it off. And that sort of sets the intention to transmute dense energy or dark energy, heaviness that just doesn't belong to us. Oh my God, do we ever pick up so much of other people's energy? It gets kind of heavy after a while. I kind of think of it as like space junk, where it's kind of like where the Earth and other people's energy is just all the dead satellites and all the crap floating around. We don't need it. We're just going to go through and lift it out. There we go. Just cleansing our collective energy. And now I'm going to turn Rainbow this way. You get a look at his little toesies here. We're going to start working on the root chakra, as we do. I always like to start with the root. I'm going to take a couple of minutes here. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat today. Feels more like a toad, but anyways. I'm full of crappy jokes today. You can tell I'm in a great mood. We're going to work on this root chakra. I don't know my chakras today. Okay, we're going to start with the root chakra. And we're going to give Archangel Raphael a chance to, well, give me a chance to sort of get used to his energy being around. And he has a message for the collective. So when I say you, I mean like a collective, like everybody. He's saying you hold on to so much fear that is not yours to keep. It's not your responsibility to hold another's fear. It's not your responsibility to process somebody else's pain for them. Have your compassion, show them your love, and then let it go. He's also saying we need to stop labeling this part of history as a time of uncertainty, because any given moment on Earth is uncertain. As humans, in your human perspective, you don't know what's going to happen next. This is part of the challenge. This is part of the game. It might be best to call this a time of learning and a time of growth. This analogy comes up a lot, actually, when it comes to spiritual growth. At least for me, this comes up a lot. It helps me to understand. Raphael is saying that we got to think of it as like us, the collective, we're like a child having a growth spurt. At first, it doesn't seem like anything's happening, but then it gets really uncomfortable. Some of you with kids will know, or remember from being kids. I know when I was a little kid growing, my legs would be so sore. My shins would just ache at night, and I'd be awake, my legs just aching. Because everything was just growing so fast. And it was not comfortable. But after a while, it settled down, and, I had grown, and the aching and the discomfort had stopped. He's saying we're going through this, it's on an inner level. It's on an energetic level. We're kind of going through a collective growth spurt. He's validating our feelings of fear and uncertainty. He's saying it's okay, you feel that way. Process it, sit with it, allow it to pass. However, we are not meant to be controlled by the fear and the uncertainty. Now moving up, this is kind of just working on the feet area. So some of you might be feeling tingling or heat or pressure or some physical sensation in the feet, the ankles. Again, some people don't feel anything different physically while doing Reiki, and that's fine too. It still works. You're still getting all the healing. We're moving up the ankle, kind of the shins. Now Rainbow's really little, so my hands just cover his whole legs. But for some of you guys, you might feel the energy moving up now, up the leg a little bit. I understand the root chakra is based, like the base of the spine, the very base of the body here. However, I also consider the legs and the feet to be like root chakra territory. They hold the weight of our frame every day, walking, standing, moving, whatever. And the root chakra kind of holds the weight of our existence. This may not be for everybody watching, but I'm just getting, this is definitely for someone, like a fear of like scarcity, not having enough resources, or worrying that you won't be able to get more of something that you need. And I'm just getting, Raphael is saying, all of your needs will be met. This big collective family that we are, we take care of ourselves and we take care of each other. Your needs are all met. I'm also getting worry is temporary and fear is temporary. And like he said earlier, it's okay to process it, sit with it, and then let it go. He's saying you are safe, you're divinely guided, you are protected, and you are loved. We're going to move up a little bit, above the knees now, thighs, into the hips. Yeah, my hands are warming up fast. Usually my hands and feet are almost always cold, but my hands are warming up. There's something I love about Reiki. We're going to spend a couple more minutes on the root chakra, and then we're going to move up into the sacral chakra. So a couple more minutes here. And we're going to move up now into the sacral chakra. Right here, the tailbone area. In the front, it's that pelvic area. The center for creation. The emotional center. There's this like energy of anxiety, and it's a collective anxiety. And the way I'm seeing it is like it looks like a big black smoke cloud. Just big, dark. Almost looks like it was spewed out of a factory or something. You know, that kind of smoke, that really thick. Anyways, it's being lifted. It's starting to dissipate. And now from Archangel Raphael, he's saying, this is yours to claim. Not the anxiety, but the dissipation of the anxiety. the inflow of peace and calm. The influx of presence, just being present, being mindful. I'm picking up now, a lot of people who have empathic tendencies cannot help this, at least not consciously, not without a little bit of work, but there's this, I think a lot of us have been picking up too much of other people's emotions and taking them on as our own. It's almost like we're a little bit too open. Some of us are a little bit too open with this sacral chakra, and I do this for all my clients. I've done this on pretty much every stream, the open and closed hand analogy that I have. When it's too open, we're picking up other people's anxiety, their sadness. I mean, we could pick up their happiness and their good stuff too, but we pick up a lot of energy that is just not ours. It's not ours to process. It's not ours to sit with and hold on to. That gets exhausting. Some of us, our sacral chakra is like a really tight fist, just too closed off, maybe not getting emotions from other people, or, maybe just not picking up the energy from other people, not allowing ourselves to open up to other people, not allowing others to know how we're feeling. What we need is a balance. A sort of closed hand, not a tight fist, not an open palm. Just somewhere in between. And Reiki is going to help us to balance our chakras so that they're not wide open, they're not too tightly closed, they're just nicely balanced so that the energy can flow through effectively. And now, this is really specific for somebody. I don't know if they're watching right now or if they'll be watching in the future. Just working on this area of the body. I keep hearing the word ovaries, like somebody is having a problem with theirs, maybe like cysts or pain or something. And what I'm picking up now from Archangel Raphael, he's saying, claim this healing. It is yours. Claim it. So whoever needs that healing, in like their pelvic region, ovaries region, we ask for them to receive some kind of comfort and relief there. That was a really specific message. I felt like I had to share it. It'll help somebody. In the last, it's been a while. This is a collective thing going on right now. A lot of unpacking of old emotional baggage. This has been going on in the collective. I don't even know how long. I became aware of it about a year ago, maybe a year and a half. Maybe a little bit longer than that. Could have been closer to when the pandemic started. That a lot of us were going to be having like old traumas, old memories, old feelings like that pop up. It's because it's time for us to, now some things we can just let go and move on. Some things we do have to examine and process, and we don't have to do that by ourselves. I'm a really big believer in going to therapy and receiving professional help when you need it. So if there's something coming up in your life, a trauma or something that is just way too hard for you to handle on your own, you don't have to do that on your own. We're all put here to help each other, to help ourselves and to help each other. Accept the help that is being offered to you, because you deserve it. We're going to spend a couple more minutes on the sacral chakra. And if you're not already doing this, you don't have to have your eyes closed or anything. You could be listening to this while you're doing something else. Preferably not listening to this while you're driving, just because that's, you got to have all your focus and stuff while you're doing that, obviously. But anything else, just do some deep breathing. And I'm feeling instructed to relay this to you guys from Raphael. He's saying we're going to do a little exercise. When we breathe in, we're going to envision being filled with white light, almost like we're breathing in this white light. And you can hold the breath for a couple of seconds if you want, but when you let it out, imagine you're blowing out a cloud of smoke. Like you're clearing old energy from your body, from your mind, and from your chakras. So we're just going to spend a couple minutes doing that. Just breathing gently, deeply. Imagine the white light and the healing going in, and the old energy and the old stuff that you don't need going out. And we need to remember that we are safe and all of our feelings are valid. You can validate your feelings while at the same time working through them and letting them go, letting them pass. We're going to move up now into the solar plexus chakra right above the belly button. And this happens usually when we work on the solar plexus chakra, like that whole abdominal area, at least in our streams anyways, sometimes with clients too, but there's I'm picking up, it may not be collective because it may not be applying to everybody, but a lot of people are dealing with stomach pain and digestive kind of upset. Some of it, usually there's some kind of, medical cause or physical cause, but some of it is energetic. some of it is just dense, trapped energy that it just doesn't know where it's supposed to go. Where it's supposed to go is just out, to be released. And yes, I work on the front with clients, but it is also applying to the back of the body as well. So for some people, this may be healing stomach upset or hurt. For other people, it can be healing pain in the back, in the ribs. I'm picking up somebody is having really bad rib pain for some reason. And so even though I work just on the front of the body, it's going through the entire body. Raphael wants us to see or get a glimpse of what it's going to be like after our spiritual growth spurt is, well, we're never done growing spiritually, but growth spurts, they happen and then they slow down and things kind of become more comfortable. He's showing us how much more confident a lot of people are going to be. And just a lot of people are going to go from feeling lost and confused in life to knowing either what it is they want or just knowing what it is that brings them peace. We're going to be prioritizing peace of mind and, well, peace in our bodies too, and peace energetically above all else. Now, Raphael is saying above all else. Prioritizing peace over obligation. Sometimes we can do that. Sometimes we have responsibilities that we can't avoid and we have to get those out of the way first. But there are times where we can prioritize our own peace of mind over something we feel we're expected to do. We're learning how to let go of a sense of obligation. Doing something or participating in something, even if it doesn't bring us joy, because others expect it of us. A lot of us are going to be stepping away from that kind of behavior. I mean, it doesn't mean you just shrug off your responsibilities that you have to do, but it does mean that you prioritize your own needs ahead of somebody else's wants. And this is something we're going to get really good at doing, I think, as a collective. And it's not a selfish thing when you take care of your needs before meeting somebody else's wants. If their needs are met, their needs are met. If yours aren't, you need to meet them. Another person's wants can wait, or they can figure it out for themselves. Some people are afraid to be confident. I'm just picking up some people are so used to allowing others to dictate what they do and allowing others to dictate the flow of your life that once you kind of sit in your own power, it's like, what do I do with this? It's okay to release this fear of the future. It's okay to release this fear of your own potential. Raphael is saying it is not scary. It's actually very natural. Everybody grows and develops at their own pace, and there's no need to rush yourself into this process. It's more natural when we don't rush ourselves. We're going to spend a couple more minutes right here in the solar plexus chakra. Doing the same breathing exercise. On the breath in, you imagine white light and healing. I suppose you can imagine any color of light that you want to, whatever resonates with you, but I'm being shown white light, a little bit sparkly. Filling you up on the breath in, and then exhaling the old dense energy, the old feelings, the old pain, the old fear that no longer serves you. That is released on the breath out. So now I think we're going to go up into the heart chakra. And I don't really have a favorite chakra, but I do love working with the heart chakra, that love center. As a collective, we are opening our heart chakras. I shouldn't use the wide open hand to show, but we're going from very tightly closed off, being uncertain and insecure of each other. Now, there are people that this is not a problem. They just love others. But for many, loving and trusting others and allowing others in and allowing yourself to accept help and love from others, that can be really, really hard, especially for those who have been hurt. And Raphael is letting us know it's okay. It's okay to let your heart chakra open. It doesn't mean you're allowing everybody in. You still allow in whoever you choose. And he's saying that this does not have to be an immediate process. That as a collective, we're slowly allowing love to take the place of fear. And he understands that just, the human experience, survival and fear is sometimes just part of it. That we just have to make sure that we're not being governed by the fear and by the insecurity and by the survival instinct, that we're also being guided by love. And that we're also being guided by compassion and by our intuition. He says we're moving into, he's calling it an age of compassion, where he's saying the old way was people going through life suffering and then saying, well, I suffered, so now you have to suffer. That's the old way. The new way is somebody going through suffering and saying, well, I suffered, so I don't want you to suffer. I want to help you avoid suffering, or I'm going to help bring you some comfort. I'm going to do what I can to make sure this, whatever happened to me, does not happen to you. He's saying that's the new way. Now he's saying that the world won't be completely devoid of struggle. That's still going to be a theme for life on Earth. We do need some kind of obstacles, some kind of challenges to learn from and overcome and grow from. But for the most part, he's saying that moving forward in the future, it's going to be less about causing other people suffering in order to relieve our own pain and more about helping other people relieve their pain. That's going to help to heal us too. And he's saying work on yourself, because the work you do on yourself can help somebody else. It doesn't even have to be like directly helping someone. You could be setting a really good example for somebody watching you without you even knowing. He's saying release the old way. The old way being, I suffered, so now you have to. He's saying that soon there's going to be no place for that kind of thinking. He understands why some people are like that. But he's saying it's not a necessity. And we're going to spend a few more minutes here in the heart chakra. On the breath in, we imagine love, that energy of love coming in. And for those who, I know some people have a really hard time visualizing and imagining things. It's okay to just know, to just consciously know that on each breath in, you are taking in the energy of love and healing. And on each breath out, you are releasing old, energetic, emotional, whatever baggage. And Raphael is saying something interesting to me, saying that once we have, he's like, if you were to just peel away every single layer of your human existence, every single filter that has been, applied onto you through your life, you peel everything like that away. You peel back all the layers of your ego self, of this character that we play. He's saying that all that remains is love. He wants us to make that a priority. Like being sure that we have love for ourselves and making sure that we show kindness and love to others. Sometimes showing love, he's saying it doesn't have to be anything big or grand. Just showing kindness even when you don't want to. He's saying that's an act of love. Getting enough sleep at night. Wow, okay, so there's a lot of like physical self-care here. A lot of us may be neglecting our self-care. Self-care is an act of love. He's saying the love for ourselves is just as important as the love we have for other people. It's all that same energy. We just have to remember to direct it to ourselves now and then. I'm gonna dig out I get these out every time. Okay, well, we'll get the amethyst out on that as well. Here we go, my hematite magnets. Oh, magnet. Here we go. We're gonna work on the throat chakra, and some of you who have done a lot of Reiki with me on my channel or like private sessions or whatever, you're aware of the magnets. But for those of you who are new to Reiki or the way that I do Reiki or new to this channel or whatever, first of all, hello, thanks for being here. And second, I like to use these hematite magnets because to me, the magnet power, it symbolizes like literally pulling out energy that no longer belongs to us, negativity that just doesn't need to be there. And so what kind of energy is being pulled out of our throat chakra as a collective? Well, I'm getting, most of the time this comes through, and it's coming through again this time, but a lot of the fear that has been fed to us through the various sources of media, a lot of the fear, a lot of the bad news, a lot of the negativity. And I explained this to a lot of clients, and I've talked about it on stream before. We have minor little chakras in the ears, and they are connected to the throat chakra. This is a realization I had not long ago. And it is kind of funny because in our physical body, we know that the ears and the throat are connected too. It's very similar in spirit. So the negative things that we've heard said about, about life or about ourselves, or the negative things we've heard said about other people, that energy is being pulled out and removed. There's also the energy, we're not perfect. Sometimes we say rude things about other people. Sometimes we talk about other people negatively. And that energy is being removed from us as well. And sometimes we talk about ourselves negatively. I think we talk about ourselves negatively, probably more than we talk about others. This energy is being removed. There is no more place for that. There's no more place for this kind of self-talk. And Raphael is definitely calling me out because I struggle with that. Sometimes I don't treat myself with the respect that, that I would give to someone else. A lot of people deal with that. And it's this kind of negativity that's just being pulled from the throat chakra to be cleansed, to be transmuted into something else. You are free to express who you are. You're free to express your truth. Do so mindfully. And do so with kindness. Do so with love in your heart. I see a few more people have just joined. Hello, welcome. Another important message coming in is that the divine hears you. They hear you. They're listening. We may not feel like they're listening. We may not feel like they hear us all the time, but they do. And they care. Our guides care. That God consciousness, that source, it cares very deeply. And our words are so powerful, so powerful. We don't even realize sometimes how we create and destroy using just our words and our thoughts. And so Raphael is saying, such a powerful tool needs to be cleaned regularly. This throat chakra. And we're also, healing the ears. And we're going to be going up into the third eye and crown really soon. And so for people dealing with ear pain or blockage, things like that, hopefully that will provide some kind of relief. So what I'm going to do now with these hematite magnets is I'm going to take my wand. I like to draw a little Reiki symbol, Shokure, place the power of the universe here, give them a little tap, and that has cleansed their energy. That's how I do it. There are many, many ways to cleanse energy. Can even light a little bit of Palo Santo again. I'll leave that right there. And now we are going to work on the third eye and the crown. I feel like we need to do both of these at the same time today. Sometimes I do them separately and sometimes I just do them together. So some of you may feel tingling, warmth, pressure, something kind of funny sensation in the forehead or in the crown of the head or in the scalp, whatever, or in your ears. Some people kind of feel like pressure behind the eyes a little bit. That's normal. This is the energy flowing. And like I said, some people don't feel anything different physically, and that's okay too. The energy is still flowing. But if you do feel kind of, weird sensations like that, this is normal. This is just sometimes part of the process. With this third eye chakra, we're cleansing the energy of all the negativity we have seen. So, it's not just about what we hear on TV and in the media, it's what we see too. The kind of media that we consume, the kind of things that we look at. We're just cleansing that mind's eye. A lot of us will be strengthening our spiritual abilities. And Raphael is stressing the fact that it's not like anybody is getting new abilities gifted to them. They've already had these abilities, these gifts. They may have been dormant for a long time. They may have been dormant for your lifetime so far. But you still have these gifts. And they are opening. It's your choice. Now, everybody's connection to the divine takes on different forms. Some people are quite clairvoyant and see mental images, and some people are clairaudient and they hear from spirit. Some people are clairsentient and they feel spirit. Some people, I think it's clairalients, they smell spirit. There's so many different ways. Now, some people feel like emotionally feel spirit, and some people physically feel that kind of intuitive information. There's so many different ways in which the divine connects with us and we receive that message. Your connection to the divine is your own. Nobody has to tell you how to experience your own spirituality. And nor should they. They should be focused on their experience of spirituality. So just know that there is really no wrong way to explore your connection to this God consciousness, to Source. There's no rush. Some people just jump right in and are fascinated with all these topics and want to learn everything and do all kinds of healing and psychic development. Oh, Adrian, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. And some people just very gently dip their toes in the water of spirituality and their connection to the divine. And whether you dive in like a cannonball or you just dip your toes in gently, it's fine. It does not matter how you go about it. It's your experience is yours. And the point is, nobody has the right to tell you how to explore your connection to God. Now working on the crown chakra. We're going to keep doing the breathing exercise that we had learned about earlier, breathing in the energy of that love and that light, and breathing out the old baggage. That's what I'm calling it, the baggage. And now sometimes working with the crown chakra, energy that has been flowing through the body or accumulated in the body sometimes releases out this chakra, out the top. So that's just a little heads up. For some people, the feeling of the energy moving and going out the top of the head can be a little bit weird or uncomfortable. And for some, you might not feel it at all. Either way, it is fine and it is normal and it is working. Not only are we connected to the divine, we are the divine. We are the divine experiencing itself in all of these amazing, unique, different ways. And we're all important and we all matter in the grand scheme of things. I'm being shown a quilt. So not only are we the entire quilt, the collective, we are the little patches. We are the individual little threads that make up the scraps of fabric. So you are just as important, as we are individually as these little threads, these little scraps of fabric. We're just as important like that as the entire quilt, the entire picture, the entire collective. And now we're going to sit rainbow up a little bit. Here we go. We'll sit him up. Well, he'll hold on to this little crystal for now. And what I'm going to do is relight. I really, really love this stuff. It smells amazing. It's so fresh. And I've had this stick of wood for 2 years, maybe more than that actually. And it still smells just as fresh as when I first saw it in the store. I really highly recommend Palo Santo. But what we're going to do now is just cleanse our energy around us. I won't have Rainbow hold the Palo Santo. I would rather not burn him. And what else we're going to do, we're going to seal in this healing energy. And it knows everybody's needs are a little bit different. Some people, well, the energy will stay at least 24 hours. I always set that intention. And for some people, the energy will stay longer because they need it. So don't worry about not getting enough of the Reiki energy. You will get enough. And don't worry about getting too much because you can never get too much. And with that, you guys, that was our Reiki session for, I guess, the month of February. If you want me to do Reiki streams more than once a month, definitely let me know. I really enjoy doing them. If you want to book a Reiki session, just get a hold of me, siennarosetarot@gmail.com. You could also contact me through my website. Actually, look at my website because you will see I have the FAQ post, frequently asked questions that people have about Reiki and about the other services I provide. And it's just easier to go and read up on that there instead of having me explain and, digress for like 20 minutes. Sean and Little Sparrow, thank you so much for the super chats. I really, really, really appreciate that. That helps me a lot. It really does. You guys have no idea. Or maybe you do. Either way, I appreciate it. And with that, everybody, have a great weekend. Take care. And let's see. Oh, yeah. Next Friday, we will be live on my channel Friday evening. It'll be 5:30 Alberta time. So 4:30 Pacific, 6:30 Central. You do the math for your time zone. It'll be on my channel, and we're going to have Johnny, Tony, Adrian, and me, and it's going to be off the rails, just like usual. So don't miss out on that. Yes, former dreamer, I do like to do a Reiki stream at least once a month for everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. This energy is going to be with you, and peace is going to be with you. And I appreciate you all very, very, very much. And I'll see you again really soon.